Semaphore, cyanophore. Good morning, class. Today's deep dive is jellyfish. Now, when I said jellyfish, most of you probably thought of something like this. Long, slender, stinging tentacles pulled by a painted, pulsating bell. I'm getting a little alliterative here. And yes, this is a jellyfish. But this is just a narrow slice of the classes Hydrozoa and Scyphrozoa. These classes are in the phylum Cnidaria. This is equivalent to saying the classes of mammals, Mammalia, and the ratfish, Holocephalia, are in the same phylum, Chordata. The mammals alone come in many shapes and sizes. The same is true for jellyfish. Jellyfish is not a scientific term. Today, I will use it to refer to radially symmetrical individuals of the classes Hydrozoa and Scyphrozoa. About the only other commonality is that they are gelatinous consumers with stinging tentacles. Jumping back to the original image, this individual is in the last phase of its life cycle. It reproduces through broadcast spawning. It releases eggs and sperm into the water. The fertilized eggs settle to the bottom and attach to a solid surface. They grow into polyps. These little predators look like the cross between a flower and a sea anemone. They are distantly related to the latter. Now, when I said a jellyfish is an individual, this gets a little complicated. When a polyp wants to become a medusa, it goes through a truly bizarre process. The polyp grows a central column made of a series of discs. Starting at the outermost, these will pop or bud off and become juvenile jellyfish. We call these juveniles ephra. This means one polyp is creating several ephra. So weird. These budded swimmers are star-shaped. Not the most efficient swimmer. Over time, these muscular arms will merge together to form the bell of the jellyfish. Now that we've covered the life cycle, let's talk about what makes a jellyfish. Their bodies are mostly water. They've got very little structure, making them fragile, and they cannot survive outside of water. Be they polyp or adult, they hunt using the same method. They have biological weapons that kill their food. These organic harpoons are called nematocysts. Now, when these nematocysts are chemically and mechanically activated, they fire, injecting venom directly on a cellular level. The length of the nematocyst and the venom it is injecting will affect what the jellyfish can kill. Moon jellies and hanging stomach jellies prey on microscopic plankton. They are harmless to us. Now, sea nettles and fried egg jellies can eat larger prey. They hurt if you get stung. At the extreme end, contact with box jellies can kill you in as little as 3 minutes. Once the prey is captured, the food is pulled into the central stomach in the bill. Now, some, like the sea nettle, have this lacy oral arm which helps pull food into the bell. These water jellies are noticeably missing oral arms. They highlight how little some medusa have in their bell. Their bell is ringed with muscles that enables the rim to contract, pushing water out and the jellyfish forward. Despite appearances, medusas are not aimless wanderers. They have basic eyes along the rim. This means that they can see, but we cannot see their brain. This red-eye medusa is a striking example. All those little red dots are photoreceptors, eyes. Another cool thing about the red-eyed medusa is their hunting strategy. Instead of passively dragging their tentacles behind them, they spread them out to form a net and then slowly sink down. They will use this method to catch small crustaceans on the seafloor. Moving back to the weird world of polyps, we have a linguistic and taxonomic conflict. This specimen on screen is a green-stalked medusa. Note the specimen is stationary and visually similar to a polyp. They are, in fact, mature individuals. This is their final phase. They never have a pelagic or open water existence. The larva will crawl to a new location. To add more confusion to the mix, the Portuguese man-of-war looks like a classic medusa. It even hunts the same way. However, it is actually a siphonophore. It is several organisms working together as a colony. Then there's the previously mentioned sea anemone. It looks like a polyp. They are cnidarians. Their differences are subtle and at times a little complicated. With that, our lecture is over. I will now put a graceful Medusa on screen so we can all relax.